Whoa, the best of me. Oh, okay. And I want to talk about controversies, scandals, con artists, and hustlers. That's what I want to talk about today. One of the things that I've witnessed in my life, the many different type of controversies that happen in just life, period. And I look at the decisions, and one of the things that I'm particularly drawn to is how controversies that happen between families, friends, enemies, government officials, clerical officials. I've watched all of these different sort of controversy, and I notice one thing: there's a thread that is very disturbing to me. Hey, what's going on, TJ Cooper? Shabbat Shalom. Happy Passover season to you and your fam. But I want to throw this out to you. One of the things that I've noticed in when controversies arise, there is a famine of discernment and a famine of what is justice. I notice this, and this is with the majority of people. It could be government, it could be clergy, it could be family, it could be friends, it could be countries. It's like people don't. Thank you, thank you, thank you, TJ Cooper. It's like people never know where is the truth. I'm really serious about this, y'all. It's like people don't know what is truth. And I'm going to tell you, most of the time, the most disturbing thing to me is people measure who is the most powerful, who has the most authority, who has the power to maim, hurt, and kill. It's like people use these guidelines as to determine who's right and who's wrong. There's another problem. Most people are not able to discern the difference between right and wrong based on what is going to benefit them. In other words, if they have a vested interest in a lie, that lie then becomes the truth. Boy, I'm preaching now. Come on, y'all. Now, I know somebody in here knows and have seen that before. I'll say it again. See, some people won't defend the confront the pastor. Why? Because he could kick them out of the church. He could take their position. And so whatever he says, because they value that position so much and the relationships they have forged in that position, guess what? Every lie that the pastor says, that then is the truth. See, this is why in many ways I'm a lone wolf. I never want to be in a position where I can't tell the truth. I don't want to be in a position where I can't tell the truth. let me drop some real knowledge on you. Some people can't tell the truth on themselves because they love what people is going to give them or take away from them. So they can't even be honest with themselves. They're, let me tell you this. These are not honest people. Okay. Some people can't be honest. Let me just go there. Some people can't be honest with their wife because of what she might take away from them. Away from him. Some women can't be honest with their husband because what he's going to take away from her. You see what I mean? Some people, most people can't be honest with the Most High because of what they think he may take away from them. But what they don't realize is that they have already taken away the most important thing, and that is a value for truth, a value for fairness, a value for honesty. When you look at all the YouTube scandals that happen in Israel, when you look at all the YouTube and Facebook scandals that happen in Israel, a lot of the times, the reason why nobody can really tell what truth is because they are not truthful. Most people can't tell what the truth is because they are not truthful. They're not full of truth. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to refer to an incident without saying it, but I know a brother who stole from another brother many years ago, and the brother came out, and he almost came clean and said he did steal it, but then years later, and the brother is real religious, super quote unquote religious, God fearing, whatever you want to say. And at some point, the brother, he came real close to confessing and coming clean and making amends and everything. But then guess what? Pride jumped up. And guess what? He couldn't tell the truth. The reason why he couldn't tell the truth is because he's not truthful. And the brother was so popular. He's got a popular disposition. He's got a popular disposition. And because he has a popular disposition, he uses that as leverage to sway other people against another brother who don't have as popular a disposition. But guess what? The brother that he leverages his popular disposition against, guess what? That brother is real. One of the reasons why this brother, who is the victim, doesn't have as popular a disposition because he's so raw and so real. And I'm going to tell you something. People have a real hard problem with a person that's raw and real. See, sometimes you have people that they're concerned more about people's feelings than they are concerned about truth. I met these people, y'all. I've seen them in churches. I've seen them in government. I see them everywhere. I see them in families. They don't care nothing about truth. They care more about popularity. And let me throw this at you too. A lot of times you have parents and they teach their children not to be truthful. I will tell you how. Just be patient. You have parents out here, and don't think it's a few, it's the majority. You have parents out here that train their children from infancy to side with those that lie. Because if the children call the parents out on some mess that they doing with respect, guess what the mother does or the father does? They use their parental authority and wield it as a weapon to silence the children. So you wonder why you have so many adults who, when they see something wrong, they won't blow the whistle. They won't sound an alarm in the holy mountain. They won't lift up their voice like a trumpet. See, this is one of the reasons why all the times that people have ever asked me, brother, why don't you pastor? And when I was a Christian, I said, no, the last thing we need is another Christian church. Last thing. And I want to tell you, to be quite honest, I don't understand how people pastor people. I don't care if it's a wicked church or a righteous church. That is something astonishing to me. That confounds me. To have a whole bunch of people under you and you are shepherding them. Wow. Because I just look at my family and I get burnt out. I get burnt out with my own wife and kids. And I'm going to do this for other people's wife and kids. I got my hands full right here at home. I'm running on maximum capacity. Of fumes. But I noticed that a lot of people they really don't have a biblical worldview of shepherding. Me, I would rather be like I can have a few people around me, but I can't have no 100 people, no 50. That's too many because people bring all their problems to you. They get clingy. And I'm like that guy who likes to be on the rough side of the mountain in quietude. And maybe that's selfishness on my part. And so, one thing about controversies, getting back to controversies, I want to read something to you. This is, I believe, I want to say verse 6 and 7, something like that. Hold on, let me find it. Or Sirach, Ecclesiasticus or Sirach. Seek not judge, being not able to iniquity, lest at any time thou fear of the mighty and lay a stumbling block of uproar. How many times have I seen this? Times have I seen? Somebody get First Corinthians. Speaking of judging, First Corinthians, I think verse 3.
Know ye not that we shall judge angels? How much more things that pertain to the life?
Keep going.
And if then ye have judgment of things pertaining to this life, set them to judge who are least.
That's what I want. Set them to judge who are least esteemed in the church. It doesn't say set them to judge who have the least spiritual discernment. No, that's not what this means. Because people read that into that. It's esteemed. But they're born again. They're least esteemed, but they have astute judgment. You see? So it says in Ecclesiastes chapter 7, seek not to be judged, being not able to take away iniquity, lest at any time thou fear the person of the mighty. See, some people, they can't judge righteous judgment because they fear the righteous or they pity the poor and the liar. Most people are not good judges. They're not. Why? Because they feel mighty or they feel sorry for the poor. They'll side pulls at their heartstrings. And so they just side that person when the poor person is a demon. I look at a lot of controversies that happen in life and I'm like, wow, why is there so much confusion here? I want to tell you something. I've seen controversies break out on YouTube and the people popular, like super popular. What? Nobody could tell if they did wrong. Why? Because they couldn't tell if they people were wicked demons just because for one thing popular a real good religious game, and guess what? People are not able to distinguish. I want to tell you, some people, and this is about a whole so-called righteous people side with the church. They're not righteous. They're not righteous, y'all. I mean, you can look at the situation with that guy, Alton Sterling. Why? He wasn't resisting. He wasn't threatening or nothing. Why is that? And most of these people are Christians. Why do just people always side? I'm going to tell you why. Proper discernment capabilities. Okay. So I'm throwing out a bone that everybody that side with wicked people is sure in the things of righteousness. And they're not able between truth and error. But most people, these police officers shoot unarmed black one on his back, hands up, saying don't shoot. And they shot him 3 times. They didn't kill him, but they was trying to. And they let. Why? Let me tell you something, y'all. If Israel land of captivity and we have learned justice by the hands of our oppressors, you know what that means that most of us are infected by? Wicked judgments. It don't matter if you study the Bible. It don't matter if you've been in your life. Matter of fact, the church is the fountainhead for teaching life. Why do so many people side with wicked, evil people when it comes to judgment? Why? Israelites do it. You can see it all in the Bible. Okay. All right, let me break it down. Yehoshua was nailed off by some people that were Israelites. Come on, y'all. Come on. Why? This is a man that never did anything wrong. And Israelites who said they love Torah, guess what? They had nailed to the cross. Torah observers put an innocent man to death? Yes, because the truth is not in them, y'all. They just little people. That's all they are. They twisted because a person studied the Bible? Please. You better really be looking at them. Look at the Catholic Church and all the child molestation. What's going on, CG? Happy Sabbath. Sabbath and happy Passover season. The Catholic Church been raised for centuries, and just in the past 20 years, they put them on blast. Justice delayed is justice denied. And let me talk at you too. Another thing that I have observed with things, another thing that I have observed human beings, welcome everyone, is that I noticed that a lot of victims of wicked people, they end up the wicked people that victimize them. I noticed that. And I want to tell you, it's like this type of sense in the very air we breathe. It's in the very that we breathe. The Bible tells us it's righteous judgment. That's what the Bible tells us. In any controversy that you have to judge righteous judgment. Let's look at that. John 7:24. Read that.
Judge not according to appearance, but judge righteous judgment.
Okay, let me get my. You read that again.
Judge not according to appearance, but judge righteous judgment.
Judge not according to appearance, the Bible says. It says judge righteous judgment. Somebody read that.
And I charged your judges at that time, saying, hear the causes between your brothers.
Why can't we get this? Deuteronomy 1:16 says, do not do this. In the Bible, the word judges means rulers or gods. Little g, gods. Did you know that? Judges means gods. Rulers. Keep reading, son.
You shall not respect persons in judgment, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great. You shall not be afraid of the face of the man, for the judgment is God's. And the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, and I will hear it.
Right. When you make a wrong judgment of wrong information, it's another thing to make a wrong judgment because you are swayed by somebody's power or you swayed by another person's weakness. That's something else. Yeah, the most righteous man could make a wrong judgment based on the information given to him. But it's a whole nother thing when you give wrong judgment because, oh, he's rich. Oh, he's poor. He must be guilty. Oh, he's black. He must be guilty. Oh, he's black. He must be right. Oh, he's an Israelite. So that must, he's telling the truth. Oh, if it's between a black person and a white person, well, white people always lie. See, you're not righteous judgment. You're not a righteous judge. Based on the evidence and testimony that is given to you, that's how you judge. And I want to tell you, sometimes you're not able to know who's telling the truth because so many people lie. You know how your children come to you? And because all your children have lied before, you don't know who to believe. You don't know who to believe. That's just because you don't know who to believe don't mean that that's unrighteous judgment. You just don't know. You can't make heads or tails. So I just want to come on here for a short period of time. Pray that you are not a wicked judge. I don't care how poor you are. I don't care how rich you are. Pray to the Most High that you're not a wicked judge. You get all the and get the truth out. You still can't make a decision for the truth. This is really concerned about. I'm really, really concerned about because I don't want to be a person that side with a lie when I know what the truth is. I never wanted to be that type of person. I don't care if it's me, my wife, my children, my mama, my daddy. I want the truth. And let's just let the chips fall where they may. It is what it is. But anyway, that's all I wanted to bring out today. You all take it easy. I'm going to come back on later on and we're going to get into the 3 days and 3 nights. And hope you all have a wonderful Sabbath and Passover season. And I'm going to say shalom.
Shalom. Shalom. Shalom.